Welcome everyone. Welcome to this week's live stream. Just getting everything set up right now. Welcome. Can everyone hear me? How is the audio with the new camera angle and the new setup? How is everyone doing this evening? Yeah, so this video is all about G3. There's not gonna be any G2 deck building. Welcome in everyone, Optimus and Grim. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be going over some G3 deck building. Definitely going to be working with Pin G since it is like max Avian Tier 1. So the Bakugan I'm going to be working with primarily in this video is going to be the Street Brawl Special Attack Pin G and Hammerhead. Those two were very strong in last stream's unboxings, so I'm definitely going to be working with them in this video, at least to start things off. By the way, chat, how does everything sound? Can you guys hear me? Everything look good? All clear. Wonderful. Thank you. So gonna go ahead and get right into it. Gonna go ahead and get the character card out for Pin G so we see what we're working with right off the bat. If I can find it, flipping through the binder. Here we go. So I'm hoping that this will be a lot clearer now. Oh yeah, there we go. That is a lot clearer than my other camera on my other streams. So that's going to be very nice. But yeah, that is the Bakugan I'm going to be working with today. That is Pin G. Welcome to the stream, GG. Yes, time definitely flies. I almost wasn't prepared for this stream. It kind of caught me by surprise how quick it all went. So obviously for Pin G, I'm going to be using those Bombzookas because it's like the best special attack card right now, or one of the best, at least that I have. The stats that this thing gives are insane. So definitely going to be using that with Pin G. Now then, one good thing about Pin G is that Avian buff. I mean, for only using 2 Avian Bakugan, you get plus 400. That is really strong. So you know I'm going to be pairing it with one of the Ventry. And this is the Avian team that I talked about building in the last stream, for those of you who were watching it. Welcome to the stream, Daniel. Oh, we got a spammer. Welcome. Just trying to find the right Ventry right now to go with this Pin G so I can continue the discussion. Which Ventry did we all say was the better one? Was it the Galactic or was it the Street Raw? I don't think it was the Street Raw one. I'm definitely going to go with the Galactic Ventry with Pin G. All right, so we're definitely going to be using Ventry for this team. Obviously, this is going to be the top meta. We do have the Avian tier. Favorite Bakugan? Do you mean favorite Bakugan for the this generation or like all time? Because technically, I have a ton of favorite Bakugan, you know. But if you mean G3, probably so far in G3, it's definitely Butterclaw. Obviously, the channel mascot, so definitely going to mean a lot. All time and now. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one. Favorite Bakugan? I guess it's going to have to be Brontes. If we're talking all time, definitely going to be Brontes. But chat, what do you think the third Bakugan should be? For the sake of the argument, we're gonna go ahead and stick with Spin Master's ruling. So we need at least one rolling Bakugan on the team. So which core Bakugan should be the third? One thing to note though is it definitely has to be Avian, so we get Special Attack Ventry's full buff. You know, you want that whole 300 you can get off of it. Mega, Alto, or Standard. So can I pick all three? Because I like Brontes just as a general Bakugan. Like, all of the evolutions are really awesome. So unfortunately, I can't give you any recommendations on Wave 3 or 4 because I don't have them yet. The newest I was able to get was from a subscriber, and it was the Diamond Titanium Bruiser. But honestly, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Wave 3 and 4 because there's a ton of Bakugan out of it that I just personally want. Not necessarily that they're meta. For example, the Mantid core just looks really nice. Meta-wise, it's hard to say though because I don't really know any of the stats offhand. But yeah, so we need a core Bakugan for the team, guys. What do you all think? What is a good core Bakugan for Avian team? I was thinking about the base white Ventry, but I don't think that's strong enough. If Pinji was white, we could have used the Hammerhead. No worries, HM. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me yet again. I always appreciate the support, man. Oh, nice, Magna Ingram. Yeah, Brontes is really cool. Although after a while, you know, over time, they wear, so it's really hard to keep them playable because the slightest touch and mine will open. At least a few of mine. Oh yeah, having access to the stats on the back of the box, I mean, come on, that is awesome. That is definitely a huge help. You don't have to just blindly buy random packs anymore. Just hoping that the Bakugan you like has good stats. Guess I'll go ahead and put these both in the same card sleeve now. Because this is definitely going to be the team. Definitely going to be the team. So what Bakugan are we all waiting for the most, chat? Oh, HM, you building anything spicy? I was thinking about a deck building on stream tonight, but I went with G3 just because it was current, a little more relevant. Yes, the green mandate core. I want it too. Definitely want it. Just want to say thank you all for tuning in. We got 10 people watching now. You guys are all awesome. Bakugan Brawl, let's go. Oh yeah, Spydra, gonna be an awesome Bakugan. Feel like it's gonna be a cool WebM remake, you know what I mean? Again, another Bakugan I haven't seen locally yet. I am waiting on those Bakugan. But I think I do have the ability to make a really strong avian team, so that's what we're doing on stream today, or this evening. Hey, that'll be awesome. I'm gonna try to drop in if you do stream HM, kind of stop in and see what's going on. Unfortunately, I've been busy with my own content and stuff, so I haven't had a chance to jump into many streams. I do apologize, I miss them most of the time. Still looking for a third Bakugan to use with these two, you know, they're so strong. But I guess I could find a Bakugan with a good speed stat. That's their weakest after all, so to get something to cover that would be best. Oh, and it has to be avian at that, so even harder. Flame's nice. The Titanium Bruiser is cool. I really like it. There's quite a few that have come out now. Welcome to the stream, Nick. Yes, I do have monthly giveaways. Of course, now I have changed it up a bit. Instead of having predetermined prizes, the winner of said monthly giveaways will pick from a prize pool. Make sure you check out the channel Discord server and get entered into that. So I actually gave away a Prisma last November. It was pretty awesome that I had the opportunity to do that. Haven't found another one since. So it looks like Core Ventry is going to be the pick, at least out of what I have. It's the strongest option. It's a shame you can't have 3 special attack Bakugan. And you can only have 2. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be Core White Ventry. Just because it does have 300 speed. So not a bad spread, honestly. Pretty good team we have here. Definitely has potential. And again, you're getting max stat bonuses, both for Pindri and Ventry. The special attack, of course, because the core version doesn't have any kind of ability. It is just a solid vanilla Bakugan. Welcome to the stream, Dry Bones. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. We are building a pretty solid avian team, at least in my opinion. Going to be rocking the Galactic Ventry here, as well as Pinji, which I do have to get the special attack ring out for, and then the white core Ventry. Honestly, I think that is a solid spread. What do you all think? Is it going to be a good team? Is it going to be strong enough? While I'm looking for this special attack ring. There we go. Avian Supremacy. There we go. Bow to the birds. You know what they say, the bird is the word. So if Leonidas got a G3 release, I would definitely flip out. I think that would be too good to be true, though, honestly. That might be asking for too much. It's taking a little longer to get this Pidgey's SA ring on than I would like. Sorry about that. There we go. So we have Pingy and we have the Galactic Ventry. Just have to hunt down the regular Ventry now. It is somewhere in the box. Here we have Ventry. So now it's time to talk brawler cards because obviously you do need those. Does anyone remember how many map cards or gate cards you use in the game? Because I actually do not remember. Yeah, you know, I never would have thought Leonidas would have came back in G2, but they did it. So I think 6 is the brawler cards, though. Which I will have to get 6 of those as well. It's the plus side to have using a blue SA Ventry is I could have used the Mia card that gives Avians plus 400 speed, or the blue is strength. So that would have well, that probably would have been better. 2 gates, okay. Simple enough, because I do want to go over everything. But luckily I will just go ahead and start with brawler cards. Since 2 of the Bakugan on the team are white, you could go ahead and use the Mia. It's not a bad option. You know, you're going to get plus 300 to health on one of your white Bakugan, 100 to speed, and then 200 to strength. Our green stack is lacking, so that is a shame. Hopefully I will find a brawler card to kind of help with that. But there is one option for a brawler card. And I guess you have the other line of Mia. This card, exactly what we're looking for in this team. You know, it's definitely going to take care of what you need it to. 100 to health, 200 to strength, but there in the middle, the speed stat, you're actually going to get plus 300 if you're using an Avian Bakugan, which this team has 3 of. That's definitely going to help with your 2 Ventry, you know, that being their weakest stat. Definitely what you're going to want to use. I do not play Pokemon Go. I used to, but it just requires so much storage space. I don't have room for everything else. Nor do I have a good, well, I guess 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th option for a brawler card. So Wing is canon from the Dino Clan, but definitely could have been from both. It just depends on what they wanted to do with it, I guess. It was Spin Master's call. It's a shame the Galactic Ventry doesn't count as a diamond, because then I could use the 1 cage card. Because that gives diamonds a speed boost that is very nice. That is honestly the only 2 brawler cards I have that are like good for this team. The rest kind of just add stats depending on color. So you could use this Dan because you do have a black Bakugan on the team, being the Pin G. So you could use this Dan. It's not awful. I mean, it's an option. I don't know if I would, but again, it is a optional brawler card. We're just talking strategy. We're talking about deck building and what we can do. No, I don't play Beyblade either, but you could say I do, considering, you know, the G3 Bakugan spin. So that's a thing. Kind of the same game, right? No, I don't get how it's 6 brawler cards. That really seems like too many, especially if you're only using 2 map cards. All right, now we have a third Mia card. This thing is pretty strong. Probably one of my best. Just noticed it, but 100 to health, 100 to speed, and then if the Bakugan is Avian Clan, plus 400 to strength. So that is a huge buff. So we're up to 4. And only one could potentially be a dead draw because that Dan is only going to give the best stat bonus to the Pin G. Otherwise, the Mia cards are well-rounded because they're going to be hitting all of your Bakugan instead of having a potential to miss. Because again, in the G3 game, your Bakugan, it's all random. The brawler cards you flip from top deck, so you don't know what you're going to be using. It's all random. The best thing you can do is just play brawler cards that can hit all of your Bakugan and give you some kind of bonus. Which sadly I don't have a wide selection yet, and that does limit me from the combos or the decks I'm able to show off. I blame distribution because I'm still waiting on wave 3 and 4. So I'd say that's a pretty good start. For the last 2 slots for your brawler cards, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is just find the best options that you can. Well, I definitely see your point, GG. I mean, Bakugan was the battle marbling game, or the marble battling game. So to have them spinning definitely does take away from the core concept of the game. And it's like the basic principle, if that makes any sense. Because the whole point is that they're like rolling marbles. Now we're going to have to go over the gate cards for the deck. New designs in mold would be cool. Dragonfly would be neat. Unfortunately, it seems like Spin Master's stuck in the rut again of you get like, I don't know, say 10 characters, and then for the rest of the series, you just get them reprinted in different colors or designs. But at the end of it, it's still the same 10 characters. I do like the idea of True Metal Bakugan. I guess that in G3 would be interesting, but you would have to have a way to like make the weight right or distribute properly so that they would spin. You could make the special attack rings metal. That would be interesting. Then they would be customizable like Beyblades to an extent. But that's going to do it for the team and the brawler cards, which I know I'm too short. Shame about that, but that is 4 really good options, at least for this team. Now we're going to be talking about the map, like what you want your field to look like, and which cards are going to give you the best field for your 3 Bakugan. So we'll go ahead and get things cleared up a little bit. We'll move these brawler cards to the side, as well as our character cards, which for those of you not familiar with the stats, I will go ahead and show them on the camera. That way everyone can get an idea of what we're building towards, right? So Pin G is at 800, 500, and then 700. But with the buff, that's going to give you 400 more on all of your stats. Super strong. Galactic Special Attack Ventry, the same deal. It's at 700 health, 200 speed, so that's its weak stat. That's the weakness. And then 700 strength, though. Again, if you're using 3 Avian Bakugan, you get a huge buff, plus 300. Big deal, and that's what makes this team so powerful, is the stats that it can get up to, right? The third Bakugan is just a placeholder until I find something better. But the base White Ventry is relatively strong with a spread of 400, 300, and 400. So again, pretty solid team. I definitely feel like it has potential. You're right, and they definitely could. Interested to see how that solid gold or gold plated, however it's going to end up, Infinity Ventry I'm definitely curious to see how that's going to end up working. Well, I think the idea of the customizable special attack ring, like I think that was the whole point Spin Master was getting at to begin with, is that you could customize the Bakugan. You know, you could switch the bottoms out, you can make them spin, you can make them roll, and then you have the rings, which you can just mix and match however you want to. So you're kind of already at that phase, but not there yet, if that makes any sense. Now, obviously, the field we want isn't going to be the dragon map, and if you only use 2 gate cards, so go ahead and take these out. I will talk about some combinations of gates that are going to do you the best or give you the best results. So looking at Special Attack Galactic Ventry and then of course the Special Attack Pin G, your health stats and your strength stats are the best. So you want cards with red and blue zones, and that's it. Unfortunately, they're not going to be an Avian clan, though most of the time, at least the ones I have. But you do get some solid options. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through them. Separate them all at once, and then I can just talk to you all about it then. I have duplicates, so I don't want to grab the same one multiple times. That wouldn't be any good. So that actually works out pretty well. Ironically enough, I have 4 options, so I can make a full field of my suggestions. So starting off, we have Wave 1, Insect Clan. This is Part A. After that, we have Wave 2, Dragon Map. That one is also going to be Part A as well. Followed by Wave 1, Avian Clan. That's going to be Part C. And then Wave 2, Aquatic Map Part D. So all 4 of these map gates only grant you bonuses to your health and strength stats, which is exactly what your Bakugan want to see. Also very, very powerful too, because you're going to get your max stats. Very, very strong. Who wants to see some roll testing on this new Brawl Stadium? For those of you who missed it, I did review the Amazon exclusive Brawl Zone. It is a really nice stadium or arena. You could say I think it's designed for the game a lot better than all the other ones. All right, Daniel, I appreciate the enthusiasm. We will definitely roll these Bakugan out. They are very strong, and I think this field, like these are really, really good maps for this team. I think it's actually a solid strategy and a solid build for a deck. Unfortunately, I just couldn't find 2 other brawler cards. I'll have to find placeholders for those eventually. Oh, Pin G always dominates the field, like, constantly. There is no doubt. But a really interesting feature that I really like about this stadium, and I do want to show it off, so I'm going to mess with the camera a little bit. I know, cringe. But the actual little sides here work as ramps, and not only do they work for the rolling Bakugan, but they work for the spinning Bakugan as well. So as you can all see, the Bakugan actually went down the ramp, spun fine, and flew off the arena. That has never happened before. That was a live reaction right there. Never had that happen before. Normally they stay in the field fine. That was insane. So we're going to try that one more time. Hopefully it doesn't fly out of the arena again. There we go. Much better. So pin G did land. Of course, theoretically, that is in a strength zone. So with the team build that's at 700, you get the 400. So that's 1100 strength or just 1100 power. Again, a very solid Bakugan top tier and top meta. That's why your map cards matter, right? That is why those zones are so important. Very strong. And then we could do a little versus just to show off the Bakugan spinning. So it'll be Ventry versus Pin G. They're a little redundant even though they're on the same team. Just testing out this new Brawl Zone or Brawl Arena is very nice. For those of you who did miss the unboxing, definitely check it out. Definitely suggest getting my first few opinions on it. Oh, and it's worth picking up too. It is nice to mention, or worth mentioning, that this thing is pretty cheap. It's only 15 USD minus taxes and all that, so not bad at all. And again, the little ramps on the sides is just, I really find that cool. It is a neat little feature, but I'm going to fold all of these Bakugan up. And I will demonstrate the rolling Bakugan now. This, of course, being the white Ventry. But very cool how they decided to add in these ramps. Sometimes the magnets don't catch perfectly, though. That Ventry went flying. Technically, still landed on the card, though. So it does count. I think we're almost ready for the SA Hammerhead team build. What do you all think? Are we ready for the Hammerhead build now that we have the Avian team filled out? We've got White Core Ventry, Galactic Special Attack Ventry, and then we have Special Attack Pin G. So that is the team, the main team, and then the field set out before you. Pick any two of those cards because all four of these are really decent options. They're really good too. I can go through a mock battle, but before the battle, we do have to build another team. So the Ventry team is built. I guess I'll just throw in two other cards to make it fair. Do the brawler cards used in the team, do they have to be different or can they be duplicates? Like, can you have, like, say, two of the same brawler card, or do they all have to be different? Is this singleton format? I don't know. But I would like to know, so chat, help me out. And I'll get these gate cards off the field, and we'll work with the next team. So in Generation 3, I think if the Bakugan opens and if it's on a section of the map, you count the section of the map that it's landed on. Like, even if it's not attached, I think being on the card is enough to count. Could be wrong, though. That's just how I understood the basic rulings that Spin Master gave. Yeah, it is a little different. The rulings are a little different, but I guess in theory it's still the same, or at least in principle. But that's it for our avian team. I think it's really solid. Moving on to Hammerhead. Because that was another Bakugan from last stream that we all agreed was very strong. Deck building with it is going to be a little more complicated. Of course, this is the one with, well, there we go. 500 health, 400 speed, and then 300 strength. But if you're using 3 white Bakugan, you do get plus 300. So that is the main Bakugan we're going to be building the second team over. The question is, though, which Bakugan are we going to be using? Because this Hammerhead doesn't count being in Misfit, so the white smoke, probably not the best option. The best we can do is get a Bakugan that covers its weakest stat, and that's why I've decided to go with, and it might be a bad choice, but SA Octagon. So the reason I'm choosing that is because depending on the map cards you have left or you're using, you can hope to land your Octagon on a gate card preferred for the strength stat, while your Hammerhead can land on a health or a speed zone. Exactly. Special Attack Hammerhead was so OP in the last live stream. Super strong. And this one, same deal. Just not a lot of options. At least I don't have a lot of white Bakugan. And then we also have to talk about the gear as well. It's going to be hard picking them out, but there are a few that have a decent even spread worth using. For instance, the Special Attack Starflails, its card is really good. And this is the Street Brawl version that would go very well with Octagon. This copy of Starflails gives you 300 to health, 400 to speed, and 200 to strength. So not the biggest stat bonuses, but it does round out Octagon quite nicely. Now obviously our third Bakugan is going to have to be a rolling Bakugan, so we only have to worry about one more special attack piece. But before that, we're definitely going to have to choose which Bakugan to use. And honestly, this is going to be weird. I know this is going to be really odd, but I'm going to actually go with the white titanium Trox. So a weird option, but again, coverage with special attack Octagon. Trox is going to be able to focus on the other stats, not so much the strength stat. So hopefully that's good coverage. Just have to find a special attack ring now for the Hammerhead. And honestly, it's not going to be hard because for Hammerhead, the gear it comes with is the best option. I am referring to the Street Brawl Tri-Spear. It gives 400 health, 300 to speed, and then 100 to strength. Still worth using. And again, Octagon and Hammerhead both balance each other out very nicely. Well, if Brontes was in G3, Brontes would definitely be on my team. That is without a doubt. Definitely the case. But I will go ahead and get this team together so we can do a little mock brawl. Would be fun, at least in my opinion, to see how these two teams battle it out. Just have to equip all the proper SA rings. But chat, I gotta know, what are we thinking for this team? Does it look pretty good? Or is the Avian team gonna be better? I'm thinking this team won't stand a chance, but that's what I thought last stream. And Hammerhead won every time and beat out Pin G. So you can't rule out Hammerhead just because the stats might be weaker. This is G3 deck building. Kind of picking up where I left off in last stream where I unboxed all of the G3 Street Brawls. Or not Wave 3, excuse me, I misspoke there. These are the Wave 2. I decided in this stream I would be deck building around Special Attack Hammerhead and then the Special Attack Pin G. So the Avian team on the left of the screen is White Base Ventry, Galactic Special Attack Ventry, and then Special Attack Pin G. So I won't be playing anyone. This is just a mock game. In the last stream, I kind of did a playful brawl between Hammerhead and Pin G. Hammerhead won out every time. So hopefully Pin G will win. Just trying to show off the new game. Not the funnest, admittedly, but it is still worth checking out. Do have Hammerhead put together, and now I have to put together the Octagon. Which it is with a Starflails, that's funny. Don't know if this is the Starflails it came with. I think it comes with a Scorch Whip gear, but I'm switching things up a bit to make it more competitive. I know you're biased to the G2 game. There's nothing wrong with that. I will be probably deck building Generation 2 next week, just to have a deck I can start virtual brawling with a little more. But just keeping up with the current product. I do like to promote the current game as it evolves and as it goes along. That is also why I kind of built my 10 format, just to kind of mess around with the game. Which I have done a ton of editing to my 10 format, posted it on my Discord for those of you who are interested. I decided to change up the rules a little bit. The teams have 2 Bakugan instead of the 1 that I had started with. So I don't have a G1 deck yet, but I have considered building it, possibly on stream, just like with G2. I built a ton of decks, but I never really built one that stuck around, and I find myself always disassembling them and putting them back in the binder. I did get Octagon ready, so now it's just grabbing the trucks. And I guess the brawler cards, the map cards, and all of that. G1 was better than G3, I think because it was more focused. And then G2, yeah, just the TCG is better primarily for older audiences, just people who want real strategy, they want a real complex game. You know, I feel like the G3 game, it's really simpler for simpler minds. There's not really any pure strategy, it's all RNG. I mean, you can put together teams like I'm doing, kind of showing off what combos work best. But at the end of the day, it is really simple. It is a pure, very basic game. Oh yeah, the toys are cool. I have to admit, the molds and the designs of the figures, they are cool. Yeah, there's definitely no skill in this game. It's all just random fodder, random spinning, random toys. But you just have to kind of fight the RNG, if you will. Set things up in your favor. So I did find the chalks finally. Well, to the point with skill requirements, I see your point, but you can still design a team that gives you the most buffs possible. You know, you can pick out map cards that only give you the zones that work for you. So there's options there. Speaking of which, brawler cards for this team is going to be insane. A dino and then 2 aquatic clan. But probably can work something out here. Ironically enough, that Mia card I used in my last one can work in this one as well. Because we'll be able to give all of our white Bakugan plus 300 health. So definitely worth considering in this team as well. Well, it didn't completely remove rolling from G3 either. It's still in it. So in the G3 game, you're required to have at least 1 rolling Bakugan, so it does have to roll. Though with this new Brawl Zone, you don't really have a space, I guess. The ramps are the most distance you could get. So I mean, it's guaranteed to stand. Oh, it is tiny. You don't have to be 2 card links away. I guess that's where the spinning ties in. It does change things up again. Another option is Thunder Crunch. It is only going to hit the 2 aquatic Bakugan on the team, though. So that does kind of stink. But you're going to hit huge numbers in your health stat. This arena is probably the best arena for the game as it is. The bigger one that I bought, I've tested it out. It's just a little clunky. And then the 10 is way too tiny for anything other than 2 spinning Bakugan, like, clashing. So those are the best brawler cards that I can recommend. I don't have any other brawler cards that are really going to fit this team. So when we get into the battling portion of the stream, I will probably not be using brawler cards. Just because I don't have any that really work with this team. Most of my cards work with Dragon Clan, Dino Clan. Surprisingly enough, always a bias towards dragons in the series. Yes, you do need 6 brawler cards to play. I'm just merely going over suggestions or ideas for the teams I build. I don't have an extensive enough collection to build a full team at this time. This is all for fun. This is just a chill stream for the Baku crew to come and hang. Nothing serious. That would make sense, you know, Dragonoid, I swear, like, it's all Dragonoid. Dragonoid this, Dragonoid that. The face of the franchise definitely gets all of the attention. I mean, we've had so many different Dragonoid molds now. Even in between Wave 1, 2, and 3, we've had a ton of different Dragonoids. Just in G3 alone, right? So that is insane. Now then, I will be going over just a few map cards that could work for the aquatic team. Since they're all going to get the most out of, what is it, the health stat and the green stat, you want zones that are only red and green. Which I do have a few of those that I think would be really good. One of which is ironically from the Avian clan. Yeah, Butterclaw is such a fan favorite. I love Butterclaw. I cannot wait till the special attack variant comes out. I seriously want it. Well, from a standpoint of comparing this version of Bakugan to all the other ones, it's always going to be lesser than. The most you can do is just look at it from an unbiased point of view and just look at the basic principle. What's it trying to accomplish? What do you do? And is it worth the 3 minutes you invest into it? And I think it is. But the map cards for this team, so again, we're just looking at map cards that give you red and green zones only. So you have an avian one. This is the Wave 1 Part D. For the next suggestion, we have the Wave 1 Aquas Part A map. And the last suggestion I have, so I don't have a full list or anything, it is the Wave 1 Insect Part B map. So those are just 3 suggestions for the aquatic lineup previously shown. Now then, I guess I can go ahead and get straight into some mock rollings. And again, this is just a chill chat stream. Nothing serious, just showing off the Generation 3 Bakugan and killing some time, right? Just having some fun. That's what it's all about. You make an excellent point, Dry Bones. I really think Spin Master has a thing for dragons. At least it seems that way. That might just explain everything. It's a conspiracy. Prove otherwise. I'm just saying. Now that you mention it. We'll go ahead and set the field back up, make things a little fair and a little more chaotic. I will just stick with the dragon map, mainly because it's one of the only ones I have completed that isn't in a binder. Every time I complete a map, I do put it in the binder just to keep it to have for the collection. This dragon map I've actually completed twice. Yep, fair point. Dragons sell. That is 100% true. Dragon privilege to the max. I like that. I like that phrase. That's good for Dragonoid. That is hilarious. You know, the problem with Generation 3 is, I'm going to say it right now, it came out after the TCG. Spin Master seriously should have swapped how they did things and gave us the TCG after this game. I think they just messed up the timeline, that's all. By the way, here we go with the, this is Generation 3 rolling, everyone. Yeah, there we go. Even the core rolling is RNG. I guess only certain dragons sell and only certain dragons make money. Okay, we're gonna see if we can't have some kind of interaction. I don't know if you're supposed to roll from like both sides or just one side, but I'll do opposite sides. Oh, and they're both gonna miss. Yeah, no joke. So they're both gonna miss. Throw the bread. We're throwing bread already live on stream. We are throwing the bread. Oh yeah, now you open. A lot of good you do. It's just something to do. I honestly think that's what it comes down to. Like toys nowadays, or games, if you will, it's just something to do, mindless, pointless, just something to do. Some kind of hobby that you can spend time enjoying, having fun, sharing with friends. That's all. The Baku bread comes first. Oh! So I can't say the same, GG. Unfortunately, Wave 3, I do see Alex's point about not selling, because Wave 1 has stuck around in my local stores, like on shelves for a minute. Kind of makes me feel like that's why they're not stocking Wave 3 necessarily, because they're trying to sell out what they have. They're overstocks of Wave 1 and 2. But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because some of my stores are selling out more than others. It's funny you say something about collecting dust. I picked up the White Mandate starter deck from Walmart the other day, and it literally had a thin layer of dust on the packaging. I kid you not. I want Wave 3 as well. I want some new molds, like some new characters, because again, we're getting into the same like reprinting problem. The fact that Wave 3 has new things is really the selling point for me. Like, I just want some new Bakugan. Another rolling test. Maybe we can hit a stand. I don't know. Well, that time they kind of just slid. They didn't even roll. Yeah, see, to everyone that's lucky enough to pick up like Bakugan booster packs for the TCG, locally I don't have any of those stores, so I've never found any of that redistributions or I guess what is it, like overstock at this point from secondhand retailers. Best I find is like older generation Bakugan in like Ross or Burlington, but never been lucky enough to find actual booster packs for the TCG. Yeah, we have a stand here landing in zones. It's in the green and the blue. So Trux is going to have 100. That core Ventry. Well, if I can find it now. Fail on me. Has 300. So Ventry is the winner, and Ventry's not even standing. In all fairness, rolling on this stadium's not the funnest, but the spinning, a little better, a little better. The stadium makes it better in that regard. Like the actual spinning of the Bakugan themselves. Yeah, I feel like my stores have been on Wave 2 for way too long. Yeah, I'm just stuck there, just sitting there tapping my thumb, like waiting on some kind of restock. It was only by luck I was on Fusion's server and someone said Wave 2 Street Brawl were on the website. I'd go to my website and bam, there they are. So I was lucky enough to find those, but that is the newest Bakugan outside of the titanium, diamond titanium bruiser recently. Other than that, though, it's all wave 1 and 2. Here we have the battle. And both of them stood pretty well, actually. Magnets caught decently. So, Chad, who do we think won? We've got Hammerhead on the blue zone, and we have Pinji on a blue zone as well. So who do you think took the win out of these two? Well, Dry Bones, you chose Pinji, and you would be correct. Because when Pinji is on the health zone, it is going to have that 800 plus 400. So the best stat it can get is 1200 power. So again, Pinji being the pinnacle tier 0 for G3. Whatever that means. Again, not the most competitive game, but when you have a Bakugan that hits the highest stats possible, I mean, I guess that would be considered tier 0, at least in my opinion. But Pinji won round 1. I think Hammerhead could potentially make a comeback if it knocks Pinji off of the map and keeps Pinji from opening. Or Pinji has to land in a green zone. Well, Gigi, if you don't mind me asking, where are you located? Because I'm definitely interested in the distribution of G3. I tried keeping track of it throughout, Generation 2, heavily in Evolutions and Geogun Rising because we had so many canceled waves. So I wanted to keep track of that, but I want to do the same for this generation as well. And here we go with round 2. Pinji opens right off the bat, hitting the edge of that map. Hammerhead's taking a minute, but I think Hammerhead's going to stand. And Hammerhead did indeed hit the stick, stuck the landing, whatever you want to say. However you want to say it, that is how it goes. Pinji is going to be in the, well, I guess I would count that health stat. It was leaned over, so we are going to count that health. Hammerhead, on the other hand, is in the strength zone. So again, Pinji is going to be winning because landing on that red zone is really powerful. You've got 1200, and then Hammerhead only being in strength has 400. So it looks like Pinji is 2-0. I don't think there's any point in going on after that. Pinji has won the battle and made its comeback. All it took was actually designing a team around it. Or I guess at this point, I'm not really using all the cards. It took designing map cards around it. Now it's time to see how Octagon and Galactic Ventry fare. Let me know, chat, who's going to win that one. Is it going to be Galactic Ventry, or is it going to be Octagon, Special Attack Octagon? Go ahead and put the Bakugan on. All right, here we go. We got Ventry versus Octagon. It's going to be lit. And Octagon fell off. Well, We're gonna pause for technical difficulties. Wow, and the essay, like everything came off. That was insane. So it's funny you say that Australia seems to be getting things early. I can confirm because a fellow BakuTuber and Discord member Nightcore Brawler has got, I think, the full Wave 3 core wave. So he has all of the Wave 3 core Bakugan, which I think honestly is really cool. Hopefully I will get them in my area eventually. Alright, here we go. Ventry versus Octagon, trying again. Hopefully this one's a little better. And Ventry blocked Octagon. I have not tried Bakugan Advance. I do want to. I have watched your video. I think it's really awesome. I think it is a great way to add some kind of base level of strategy to G3. It definitely incorporates a lot more aspects that Bakugan has seen over the years. It's just balancing time for me. You know, I've got the work schedule, the personal life, other hobbies, and then everything I do for my own channel. You know, I just have to find time for it, quite honestly. Same reason why I haven't built a Generation 2 deck, but I'm thinking about doing that right now, possibly. I don't know, chat, who wants to help me build a deck for the TCG? Oh, the new packaging is 100% better. I've talked about it before, how thin it is compared to all the other packaging. Way better. So do they play the advanced game or do they play the TCG? Yeah, I build decks slow too. I probably won't be doing that in this stream. That might be next time. Don't know if you can all tell, but I am using a different camera. I'm actually using my phone for the live stream this time because I wanted a camera that was a little more clearer so you could actually see the card stats. I know on my last few streams they've been kind of just like a general view, and I wanted something different than that this time. I would definitely make time to talk to them about it, and now that I actually, as I was saying, have a webcam, I could play online brawls a lot easier. Assuming that it's actually compatible with Discord, I haven't tried it yet. Sadly, I know it's not compatible with Streamlabs, which that was kind of a problem. But if anything, I can always use my janky phone setup like I did last time. I don't think anyone seems to mind anyway. I'm still garbage though competitively, so I won't be very good. I really just play for fun. What camera? Okay, so I can show it off. Because I don't have it hooked up right now. I actually have it disconnected. Because I was fooling around with my Switch and other things. Might be thinking about streaming some games in the near future. One thing I would like to do is have some gameplay of Champions of Vestroia at some point. That would be really cool. Okay, so all I have to do is find what I did with my camera. That's all. I swear I just had it out. Yeah, so that was my thing, is I don't really like some of the ban lists and restrictions But Fusion's made the excellent point that they have casual brawls on there. Like, you don't have to play in the tournaments. You can just play in their casual games, and that's what I will be doing. Uh, Probably a majority, if not all of the time, when I finally get there and I get to that point. I am looking for my camera. I have no idea where I put it. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of my face. So this is what I was using for my previous live streams. Just a little Emmett, little camera. You know, nothing fancy. Just HDMI cable. Has a little screen lock. But yeah, really simple. It just doesn't focus all that well. So it wasn't really working for what I needed it to. Well, yeah, I'd have to agree. He's got like all of the players on there. Oh, I completely understand like needing the restricted list because some of the Bakugan are insanely OP. Like, I totally get it. It's just like when I'm deck building, I just want to deck build casually. So I would like just play for like casual games, just for fun. But I am glad that Fusions did do that. You know, I'm glad y'all do have a ban list. Y'all keep the power levels in check so everyone's got a fair shot. Also, I find appreciate that you all allow proxies. That is really nice. Again, giving everyone an opportunity. That's what's important, right? Everyone has the opportunity to play the game how they want. Man, I took out so many cards, it's a pain to put them all back up. You feel the same, so you agree. Nice. Yeah, just my honest feelings. Not that I have any problems with it. I just rather like build for fun without any limitations and then just play the game. So if you're interested in learning online brawls, I'm honestly not the person to go to. I know Fusions has a video about it. I think he's got a tutorial. If not, he has streamed or he's done videos on plenty matches. So I bet you could get a really good idea from those videos. Oh, I'm definitely casual like that. I lose in every game I play. It's not about winning. If you're having fun, who cares if you lose? I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I've played the Ghost Trick archetype since release, and we're talking like 9 or 10 years now. I do nothing but lose. It's about having fun. Just getting everything put up, and then I'll figure out something else for us to do. Maybe just some more rolling tests and checking out the game. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Like, I'm not saying virtual brawling is bad. Like, I'm not. I think it's really awesome and it's fun. Just like if you're not a competitive person, like I'm not a competitive person, tournaments aren't for you. But they have a wonderful outlet where they have casual matches. So like it's a win-win. There's no problems. Everything is wonderful, right? And that's what matters. I just choose to play games for more of a joke, a laugh, fun. Never really too serious. Because where's the fun in that? Fair, you don't want to be powerless in a game. I mean, you do want to engage, but isn't that like why you proxy and like why some molds can be used as others? Like, if you have the Bakugan that hit the numbers that you need them to, then you will be competitive. At that point, you just have to practice your rolling, and you have to be able to land the Bakugan. Something I can't do myself, but at that point, that's all you need to learn how to do is roll them. Because like the cards, the team, well, not the team, but the cards and all of that, it can all be net decked. Your rolling is what you literally have to practice, and you have to learn how to roll. I guess that's kind of why G3 is worse, because it takes that away. You don't really have to learn how to roll anything. It's kind of just there for you, right? You put everything on a ripcord, spin it, and then it plays out without you really doing anything. As you can all see, that's pretty much how it works. And that was a long spin from Ventry. Pretty nice, honestly. Not bad. Oh, the OG video game was so fun. So even if everyone used the same figures, like different deck lists, that wouldn't. I guess that wouldn't be diversified enough, because all the Bakugan would still be the same. You'd still be hitting the same numbers. But I don't know. I feel like if all the decks were different, it would be a little different. Dry Bones, that's a good point. You know, I've played every game like as Spin Master has intended. I've made my own formats. I've played other people's formats, and I think all of them are fun for what they are at the end of the day. I think they can all be fun, just different levels or different terms of what you would consider fun. It's all subjective in a way. I haven't played the original video game in such a long time. They were good though. The original Battle Brawlers and then Defenders of the Core, they were not bad games. Speaking of Bakugan games, that online Bakugan project, I've seen a few clips of that. That is looking pretty spicy right now. I think that's going to be a fun game when it gets ready, you know. Does anyone have a Bakugan they would like to see rolled out or a test spun? I do have a few. But as far as deck building, you know, we're going over the Avian team, which is super strong, and then just going over a quick little Shark team. That about does it. Well, you make a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. I guess I didn't look at it from that perspective before, but you are right. If everyone has the same Bakugan, you know, they're always going to be doing the same things. So they're going to be removing your Bakucore, You know, you're going to have control aspects, or you're just going to have aggro decks that you're never going to be able to outbeat. Is that kind of the what you're kind of saying? I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. And at the same time, I'm going to kind of lighten things up. Camera's a little dark. I don't know why it's so dark. I do remember our brawl. What specifically are you referring? I went into that tournament with no idea what to expect, and I was so underprepared. Making some janky glass cannon Finnica deck for fun. I had not heard the likes of the Hydra Kraken until then. So in that particular scenario, no, I didn't feel like anything I played could really do anything. But that was my own fault. Like, that was my own deck building, and that was my problems. Like, when you build a deck and your only play is turn 4, I mean, you get what you expect. And for me, that wasn't a lot. And I didn't get to see much of your deck, in all honesty. You had me beat rather quickly in that game. Let's slide things back. See if we can't get a better angle. Lighten it up. So blurry. So it's kind of late for me. Locally, it's 10:22 at night. For the past 3 streams, I guess the only streams I've had, I've went with 9 o'clock in the evening, so 9 p.m. PST. And yeah, it's been working out for a few people. I know there's some of my subscribers that are missing it, some Discord members that miss it, but they always come back and watch it later on. That was the hard thing about deciding to start to stream. Like, what was the best times to pick? By the way, here comes the channel mascot. We got some Butterclaw. Oh yeah, Butterclaw actually landed at first roll. There we go. Time to butter up with Butterclaw. And I've got the green one coming in. Magnet's not as strong. It does slide around quite a bit. Yeah, Finnica Ultra just wasn't there competitively, sadly. Even with its Diamond Evo, the energy cost is just way too much. Had I had Super Fuel, I think Super Fuel into a Song of Fire, into Divine Intervention, into Finnica's Diamond Evo would have been nice, but that's like your entire opening hand, right? That's too inconsistent. You need way too many cards for that combo, and then it's just not very strong. Like, there's not enough payoff for the cost. So I definitely see what you mean about Finnica being a vanilla. Probably the one with the most upside was the Aquas, just because it was double helix and you could set it up with a ton of damage, given the fact that it did double core, or it does double core. Butterclaw rollout. Oh, there we go. That was a clash. Actually had a clash. Probably the first Generation 3 Baku clash, and you all saw it here live, folks. First one. That's intense gaming right there. Hey, that works, yeah. I mean, if the time zone aligns, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm glad everyone's joining me. Thank you all for watching. I definitely appreciate the support. Trying to hit that New Year's resolution and go to 2,000 subs this year. Hopefully I'll make it, but you know what? Any plus, like any more or any new subs is a win in my book. Oh, time zones are so freaky. It's Sunday afternoon there? Oh, that's wild. Oh, that's wild. It's Sunday for you both. Oh, that's crazy. There's the time zone flip. That is a huge milestone. Hopefully you'll get it. You know, hopefully we'll both get our goals this year. That would be awesome. Send out positive vibes for us both. Little green butterclaw roll. And a miss. That is one thing to note. I guess you can kind of spin shoot the Bakugan on these little ramps. I mean, not the greatest, because if you do it too hard, they fall off. But I mean, you can kind of mess with your technique with rolling a little bit with this arena. I mean, you can spin it differently. You don't have to just let it go and let it roll naturally. I still don't see how I miss a roll with such a little one. Definitely going to keep up the content. Honestly, I feel like diversifying the channel, you know, just adding more to it, a few of my other hobbies. But every time I put up a poll, you know, the general consensus is from the crew, just keep Bakugan content. So that's what I've been doing. For the past 2 days, I've heavily thought about getting the Champions of Destroy video game. Just to stream it, right? Just to do like a let's play type deal. Just because it's new content for the channel, right? It's something I've never done before. And I think that'd be a way to keep things fresh. Kind of why I decided to start live streams this year. And another Butterclaw stand, sort of, but not really. By the way, I gotta ask, what is everyone's favorite Butterclaw that is released so far? So obviously we have the green and then the base red, and then there is the mythic and the painted orange Butterclaw. My favorite is the tie either between the red painted Butterclaw or the mythic. But I think it is really awesome that all Butterclaws are getting released. We have seen leaks of all core Butterclaw with all of the colors. Ooh, a DLC would be nice. Is it a short game? I haven't really seen much on it because I didn't really want to spoil the experience in case I did decide to stream it. I wanted it all to be like a first time viewing. So I wanted it to be like an authentic playthrough. So I've seen no leaks, I haven't seen any kind of playthroughs, I don't know the story, I don't know how long the game is. Yeah, I feel, man, Butterclaw is the fan favorite. People love the crab. I don't know why. I mean, I absolutely fell in love with it just because of the comedy. You know, it's a crab. It's called Butterclaw. Just the pure irony of the name and the comedy associated with the character. I just felt like it was a perfect fit for the channel. Considering that's how I've wanted to go through about like my whole comedy or my whole channel is like a comedy aspect to Bakugan and the game. So that was just really cool. I think it fit really well. The real question though, will special attack Butterclaw sell more than the core Butterclaw? I think we're gonna get into some special attack crabs. Maybe do some swaps with Butterclaw. Got special attack Manded that looks pretty well. Which here's a little thought for everybody. When you're playing the game, do you have to have the special attack ring on the Bakugan? Or can you just spin it without the ring like this? Because that would be something interesting to note. Well, I was going to spin it, but that was a fail. We're going to try that one more time. The bottom is not working great on this one. Okay, so that bottom's not going to work. Got to find another special attack bottom, everyone. It not fitting with Butterclaw the correct way. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you're not limited to having rolling and then specialing attack. They all have special attack. Oh, yeah. That definitely makes it better. I'm going to try Bruiser's bottom now because Manded's did not work. Could you imagine having the gauntlets, like from the original Bakugan, how they had the gauntlet shooters? Could you imagine if Bakugan like had a gauntlet with a ripcord on it for G3? That would be hilarious. But also, being able to play the game without the rings, that also might make it interesting as well, because you make a good point. It would be like the Turbine G1 vibes. But here we go. One problem I noticed that special attack bottoms tend to have is that when you're actually like using the ripcord and you're pulling out, getting ready to roll it, the bottom like opens as you're pulling the ripcord. So that does kind of stink. Not all of the special attack bottoms have that problem, but I have noticed more so than not they do. Yeah, I need to pitch that idea to Spin Master. One of us needs to email them for a ripcord gauntlet. It would be worth trying out at least. I feel like it would. Alright, now we gotta put Butterclaw on the Galactic Nelius bottom. It definitely seems like some are defective. I don't know, probably a handful more than I would like to admit that open improperly, like on rip or things like that. But here we go, try out the Butterclaw on Galactic Nelius. Ooh, hit the edges pretty hard. But Butterclaw is rolling. Not bad, not bad. Makes me want the special attack Butterclaw that much more. Hey, if I had a Baku meter from the original series, I would probably wear it too. At least for videos. Probably be worth it. Speaking of Legacy Bakugan, though, something I have been doing on my Discord server, I am listing out a majority of my collection. I'm looking to trade off a lot of the bulk. Maybe for like some rare Bakugan, things like that. But honestly, I'm just trying to like window down the collection. Years of Bakugan reviews, and I feel like I have way too many now. So if trading is something you feel like you're interested in doing, definitely check out my trading selling tab on my channel's Discord. Just to get an idea, I have everything listed out. If you want photos, you can DM me for those. So far, I have all the way up to evolutions listed. I will be listing my Geogon, Nanogon, and then Legends Bakugan shortly within the next few days. Honestly, probably tomorrow. Get Butterclaw back together here. By the way, I've been wanting to custom paint a Butterclaw. I have an extra one put up. That might be something I end up doing in one of my live streams as well. If that's something you'd all be interested in, let me know in the chat what you all think. I would be using my Fine Life branded acrylic markers that I've been using on all of my customs. But I think it might actually work pretty well on Butterclaw, given all of the detail that's left unpainted, so I wouldn't have to do much. But yeah, that is a project that I was thinking about working on. Another Butterclaw battle, here we go. Oh, looks like the green one's gonna win. Oh, green Butterclaw won. You know, I honestly can't imagine Spin Master like took a loss on G2. You know, watching Harbor Rin track the quarterly reports and everything, it all looked good. Like, it looked like they were making a decent enough profit that they weren't losing anything. It was only until G3 sales started to hit that I think they saw a decline. And it's not really a decline. I think they just made less of a profit than what they were making. But I think they're still in the green. Oh yeah, give the Butterclaw butter or paint it like a loaf of bread. Yeah, I really like Platinum Bakugan too. Platinum Bakugan were really neat. But I mean, Bakutech's awesome too. Speaking of which, I ordered my second Bakutech Bakugan, Subterra Gavely Anacon. Should be up for review sometime next week, depending on when I get it in the mail. I also had another package too, so I do have some content on the way as far as regular unboxing videos. But yeah, definitely want to paint a regular Butterclaw. It will be the base red one, like this one right here, because I just ended up getting a couple extra. It was a favorite after all. It's a shame I never found any more of the painted ones. I was lucky enough to get one off of someone from a server, and then I did find one, but the one I did find I sent to someone else. Well, not to mention there at the end of G2, they really canceled a lot of waves. Like, we didn't get the final wave 4 or 5. That was a huge loss. I mean, isn't every company greedy to an extent? I mean, that could be argued. One thing I will say is that G2 sold very well in my area. They honestly did, up until the point of Bakugan Legends and Nova Bakugan. So that's when I started seeing Bakugan really sit. And it was a shame too, because Nova Bakugan are awesome. But Wave 1 Nova Bakugan sat on the shelves so long, like my local area didn't even get Wave 2. Like, Wave 2 Novas are just now starting to hit in secondhand retailers like Ross's and Burlington's in my area. That's how bad Wave 1 Legends did. Yeah, if anything, G3 shouldn't have completely killed G2. It should have just incorporated it, right? Like, you should have just got the special attack Bakugan as just a different gimmick. Another gimmick incorporated within the TCG. Like, maybe it was a type of Baku gear that only certain Bakugan could use, right? Like a Baku gear that only Ultra Bakugan could use. And then you make a line of Ultra Bakugan that were the spitting special attack ones. They didn't have to completely restart the game at the very beginning. I do feel like that was a mistake, so I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. All right, everyone, what are we thinking? Are we gonna do some more G3 rolling? Honestly, I'm thinking about cutting this week's stream just a little short, just because I don't have a lot to go over. I don't even have any other teams built. Like the penguin and the hammerhead, that was it. And I just had my butterclaw that I was kind of chilling with as I was chatting. So yeah, I think I've been live. Let's see. Let's get a time count. Yeah, currently been live for an hour and 41 minutes. I think that's a pretty good spot to call it for this week. Next week, I definitely hope to have a longer stream. Probably going to be doing some custom painting. Either that or some kind of live stream game. So I have put out the games on my Discord server if you guys want to check those out, like what options are available. But yeah, I might do that next week. Might do a game. Might do the painting of the butterclaw. I will have some packages coming in next week, so maybe I will do some more unboxings on stream. But yeah, for this week, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a wrap. Everyone, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. As always, you're amazing. I wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for my Baku crew, for all of my fabulous subscribers. So I certainly appreciate all of your support. So until next time, stay safe, drum up, Bakugan Brawl. But you know what? Most importantly, don't forget to throw the bread. See you next time, everyone. Bye!